you studied at Obafemi Awolowo University, but then you didn't study theater. You studied sociology.
Yeah.
So how come you were in the industry?
First off, I'll say the the art in me has always been inborn. It's always been there. Not to sound cliche, but I'm one of those people that say I found acting at a very young age. But then I only saw it as a hobby, not a career. I wish I'd seen it as something I would do, take up as a career in future. Probably I would have, instead of trying to study medicine, I mean, let me backtrack. Instead of even doing sciences in secondary school, then trying to study medicine for a long time, I couldn't get into medicine. Then I finally got into microbiology. Instead of pushing to cross from microbiology to medicine in my first year, and finally finding a way to sociology, I would have just saved my time, or I mean, saved myself a lot of time. And I would have probably just studied something that has to do with the art. But again, delay is not denial. I mean, uh, when I finally found that I wanted to go into acting fully as as a career, that was actually when I decided to move from microbiology to sociology because I wanted something that would give me some time. I tried to actually cross to art, but apparently because I didn't do any art courses in my secondary school, as high school, I couldn't cross to anything art related in uni. So um, social sciences was the best I could cross to. That would give me that ample time to, do some extra bit of coaching. Because now, like I didn't study acting, I only have it in one. But one thing I also realized is that no matter how much you have the talent, you need the skill. You need to study. You need to. I mean, these things, just things that when you start studying acting, that's when you get to know that acting is not just acting. Acting is not just coming on screen and oh yeah, it's a lot more than that. So studying sociology gave me that ample time to do some extra coaching for myself, online coaching. I also attended a film school, more like a crash course, like all those 1 2 months crash course on acting, and also that's how I got to develop myself. And mostly, I started going for auditions, and then here I am today.
All right, that's very good. I mean, would you say that again, all these experiences, moving from the medical sciences to you know microbiology to sociology, would you say that they kind of prepare you even for the career, as it were, that you now found yourself?
Definitely, I would say that. What's sociology really? Science of humans. You know, how humans relation to each other. What's acting? Am I not dealing with humans on set? I'm dealing with humans on set. The characters I'm playing, are they not dealing with humans? They're dealing with humans. So sociology has it's sort of prepped me, I will say. I will say. No matter how much I wouldn't belittle my journey and make it sound like, oh, me just studying social sciences is basically just because I wanted to have free time. Don't let me belittle it that way. It prepared me, prepped me for this, and I would say I'm grateful I studied sociology actually. And, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, again, sociology is a very great course anyway.
yeah,
It's study of human beings, their culture,
yeah.
their development, and which at least nothing could be uh, truer than what you're saying. That gives a lot of life experiences. Now, one interesting thing is that I found out that you're a script writer.
Mm-hmm.
Again, when you're thinking about all this lead from, so how come? How did you become a script writer?
Okay, so my screenwriting journey. Hmm. At the time when I started acting, of course, young actor, upcoming actor, of course, we know how roles can be so difficult to get. So I was like, okay, what can I do for myself? I mean, I'm already lucky enough. The good looks is on my side. Yeah. So, but again, you need more than that. I mean, there's so many good looking people around. Really. You need more than that. The roles when I come in, and I figured, okay, I'm a good storyteller. How about I googled a bit about screenwriting, uh, different type of script writing, TV writing, writing for TV shows, writing for television, so many basically. Even theater, playwriting, all this. So I was like, okay, how can I develop this my passion for storytelling to make it more appealing to producers? And this is the thing. This is one thing I've come to learn. One way doesn't lead to the market. Yeah, that's one thing I learned very early in the business. One way doesn't lead to the market. If the front door is not opening, there's always a back door. There's always a side door. There's always the underground door. Guess what? There's even the window. You can jump in through the window anyway as long as you find yourself doing something you love and as long as you're not doing anything illegal anyway. So I figured, okay, let me, social up my, prep up my skills, prop it up a bit, learn about it. I did some courses, one online courses on screenwriting, and the next thing, my friend, God bless his soul, Charles Granville, is one of the first people that believed in me. He's a producer before he died. He died like 2 months ago. One of the first people that believed in my screenwriting abilities. And I showed him my first story. I think the first story I ever wrote, my first professional story, I wrote it in a book. And in my mind, I was writing scripts. And I was like, okay, he read it. And right now, I'm actually trying to like go back to some 8, 9 years ago, and I'm actually trying to see how did this guy read? Because if anybody sends me something written with a bad handwriting on a notebook right now, I will never read it. And I'm like, how could this guy be so patient to actually read with my bad handwriting a script I wrote on a book, on a notebook, and he read it. And it was like, it was good. And I should try to like, I need to learn how to use the softwares, the final drafts, Celtex, whichever I got to use. I need to learn how to, the screenwriting structure and everything. The 3-act structure, 5-act structure, depending. And I was okay, fine. He encouraged me. He was even ready to produce the project. I was like, I just need to write it better. And the next thing I started writing, and guess what? I wrote something for him though. Before he died, he produced it, 30 Pieces of Silver. I think it's currently, it was in cinemas 2017, 18 or so. When I came on Netflix, I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but as of last year it was on Netflix. So I wrote something for him and he produced it. He produced the very first project I wrote that a producer produced, he was the one. And I was like, whoa, I'm an acclaimed writer. So basically, as I was saying, how did I find myself writing? I'm like, if the roles are not coming, how about I create roles for myself now? I'm an upcoming actor. I was an upcoming actor then. No producer, except the producer is my friend or my family member, is going to cast me as lead. At least, because, the conventional lead, you need to be really popular and all that. But nonetheless, I write scripts. Then, if it's nice enough, I sell it. And while I co-produce with the producer, and of course, when I'm talking, I pitch. How about this character? I can play this one. But guess what I mean? I was a good actor. 10 out of 10. So we always like, okay, I mean, he wrote it, we can as well have him in it. Yeah, Esther Alba, I forgot. Esther Alba actually wrote, she co-produced the first script that I wrote. Charles Granville produced the second one. Esther Alba, yeah. She directed and co-produced it. Oh gosh, I've forgotten the title now. It was on Iroko TV that year. I'm going to remember the title later. It was on Iroko TV and I acted Spartacus, some comic character. So yeah, that's what brought about my decision to start writing for movies, for screenwriting. Just because I wanted to put myself in a space where I can be with directors and producers and push myself, and it worked. I would say it worked. Definitely worked.
So do you still write
Yes,
scripts?
I still do. I still do. I just actually produced my own personal mini-series titled One Bay. It's a romantic comedy. I just finished producing, shooting mine. Oh, let's say last week. So it's gonna come up as soon as it comes up. Of course, you're gonna begin to hear about it.
It's wonderful. So you have this flair, at least from what you said, this flair for comedy.
Yeah.
So how come?
How come I have a flair for
Yeah,
comedy?
I mean, how did you come? Because some people enjoy writing, tragic stories and comedy. Even though people enjoy it, that is, I mean, as a writer, I know that is probably one of the most difficult things to do, to really make people laugh.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of curious.
Okay, so first off, let me start with the Nigerian factor, the Nigerian audience. We all know how the Nigerian audience gravitates towards comedy these days. I mean, even in cinemas, we can tell most of the highest grossing movies have all been comedy, either full comedy, comedy drama, or just something that has to do with comedy. The horror flicks, the one or two action flicks that have been done, didn't make so much. So the Nigeria audience sort of gravitates towards. I don't know, maybe it's because of the situation of the country, whatever it is. We sort of love comedy. Now, not downplaying the other genres.
Yeah.
I'm not downplaying that, but that's number one. Nigerian audience sort of loves comedy, especially when it's well written. We love it. Then, secondly, my persona, myself, I, I've never really taken live to seriously. I'm not one of those people that. Yeah, I mean, you may see me appear so serious, but even most of my roles, I always try to just chip in a bit. Even if the role is like really serious, like deadpan, very serious, I find a way to chip in. Not necessarily like slapstick, or I'm not trying to. I'm not a Kevin Hart. I'm not a comedian. I'm an actor who I know. I will say I recognize and know comedic timing. I know when to chip in that time and just come back to the character, chip in, come back. And my comedy, whatever it is, it will always fit the character. If there may be some things that I would say it sounds funny, or you will probably say, but if it doesn't fit the character, I will never make my character say it. So I would just say I understand comedic timing for most of my characters, and that my persona as well, like I said, I love comic. I don't take myself too serious. I don't take anything too serious. Levity. I mean, this life is too short. Take it too serious, you're gonna die. And people die these days. Hypertension. So I will say, yeah, that's more or less why I gravitate towards comedy myself. But nonetheless, it doesn't mean when it's time to be serious, or I can't do that. It doesn't mean if I'm meant to play a serious character, I can do that. It doesn't mean I don't write like really serious dramas or suspense thrillers or stuff. But whatever it is, they must just be a little bit, just a tiny bit, so that everybody won't be too serious and too serious is not good.
That's again. I mean, I shared that view with you. I know that a comedy actually. I mean, some school of thought believe that comedy is the most serious form of kind of writing
Right.
because they speak kind of some truths
Mm-hmm.
that are very profound,
Mm-hmm.
even when they do it in a funny way.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with you. Um, now, again, one of the things you do is skits.
Yeah.
So you are a creative writer of scripts, and you produce them.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please tell us a little bit about that? Why skit?
Why comedy skits, short content, short comedy content? For one, how do I put it? Okay, why that? First off, social media. These days, you need to learn. The world is changing. The world is gradually. It's not even gradually, drastically changing. The way these days, I mean, those days rather, you can be a big celebrity, a big TV personality, and you don't even have to talk much. You don't have to be in the media much. All that speaks for you is your work. If you're an actor, your acting speaks for you. If you're a musician, your music speaks for you. But these days, you need to find a way to be in front of your audience. Because if you're not in front of your audience, you disappear. Somebody's just right there, ready to take your space and ready to take your audience away from you. So they just, I feel, I mean, some people may not agree with this, it's fine. But for me, I feel like one way or the other, you need to be in front of your audience. And now the thing about acting is, I have a project that I acted 3 years ago. Guess what? It's not out still now. So let's say, for example, I'm one of those actors that do 2, 3, 4 jobs in a year. I have a project I acted 3 years ago. Even some I acted last year, still not out till now. I'm not blaming the producer, it's just normal. Some projects take that long to edit. Acting generally takes long. Even the shortest productions that they shoot months ago, edit and everything and release, it still takes long. So imagine having to shoot and it takes long and long and long to release a project and you want to be in front of the audience. It's so hard. And now my personality, like I said, I don't take life too seriously. How about I put this personality into create one or two things, make people, Now, why comedy skits? Um, I'll just say it's for me. It's just the easiest way for me to reach out to my audience and be in front of them. It's what comes naturally. Some, what comes naturally to them is traveling. There are different types of content. There's traveling content, some just travel. And you check their pages, they're traveling here, there, lifestyle content. They're reaching their audience through that means. But for me, I just find out, okay, shooting this short content, is it for me to, and guess what? What makes comedy skits or content like this, what makes it interesting is I can shoot this morning and I release it this same morning. Bad as bad, I release it afternoon or evening. So I don't even have to wait for a movie that I shot 3 years ago to come out for me to be able to reach my audience. I can easily shoot my thing and I reach my audience today if I want to. You get what I'm saying? So for me, it's about that. It's about also, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there's good money in it as well. So it's also about, yeah, I mean, if acting money is not coming in, content money is coming in. So it's about bit of this, bit of that, bit of me trying to reach my audience, bit of me also. If you check most of my content as well, mostly relationship matters, stuff that arise in relationships. Sometimes so not exaggerated. Sometimes it's exaggerated so that we can bring out the funny part of it. But if you check most of it and you look deep within, you pick up one or two lessons in there as well. One or two things you can learn. You know, yeah, just small things like that. Just chip it in, chip it in, chip it in. So partly it's for people to laugh, partly for people to learn one or two, partly to make money, partly to reach my audience. Everything and all in one giant ball.
That's cool. So do you have a skit? You have any? I mean, online channel or?
Yes, definitely. Of course, social media.
So what's the title of that?
Um, the ones I release on Instagram, most of those ones are just shorts, comedy sketches, 15, 20, 30 seconds, different things. That's on Instagram. Same thing for Facebook, Abayomi Alvin, on all these platforms. But I have a particular exclusive content I'm delivering to that's showing on Star News. You can always Google it. Star News, yeah, the channel there. It's also Abayomi Alvin on the Star News. It's an entertainment platform. It's exclusive. So this content you won't see it on Instagram. It's well shot. That's the Boo and Bay series. Yeah. So the Boo and Bay series is going on Star News. You can always watch it there. I'm also gonna have it on YouTube later. But basically, if you want any of my well shots, well, basically well shot. Let me put it that way. Not saying Instagram skits and sketches are not well shot, but I'm talking YouTube standard comedy sketches, shot with camera, nice production. You can always go to my channel on YouTube, Abayomi Alvin, or you go to the Star News. You find who I'm
All right. So in one of your interviews, you kind of humanize yourself, which I found very very unusual because you know it was humbling. You kind of exuded humility when you said you don't want anybody to see you as a role model. That because you're a human being, you're bound to make mistakes, and then so you're just who you are. So uh, again, can you replay, talk a little bit about that?
well, the thing these days about people having TV personalities or popular people as their role models is that they have you as role models and then they put you on this pedestal and they think you're human, so you're meant to be infallible. I'm not God, I'm the Holy Spirit. I'd make a lot of mistakes. Yeah, you can learn from the good I've done. I mean, from the successful part of me. Also learn from the bad parts. But don't tell me I'm your rogue. Don't tell me that, because now you tell me that, and I just want to live my life normally, even if I'm on TV. That's why till today, I enter any place. I'm not, my shoulder is not like this. I'm not trying to form, oh, because I'm on TV, I'm better than you. I mean, you can as well be a doctor and you're saving lives. I'm not better. You can as well be a gate man. The door that you're opening, if you are not there to open door one day, the gate one day, and somebody is having what's it called, asthmatic attack, and you don't get to open the gate, the person can die. So everybody's job is important. Just because I'm on TV or I'm on social media, popular and all that, doesn't make mine more important than any other person's. So yeah, you can look out for my good parts, but emulate, but don't make me a role model. I don't like to be put under that kind of pressure, and then I have to be Holy Spirit.
Okay, that's very profound, very 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 real. Now the again the other question is a little bit personal. You look cool, even gentle. Um, is that real, or I just want to know? Is that
Is
would
it
you
real? Is
describe
it
yourself
facade?
as? No, it's not that kind of facade. Yeah.
Well, for me, I've always been a very reserved human being. Honestly, if not for TV, social media, entertainment age, I would have just been that boy next door, that man next door, unassuming, just going by my daily work, maybe as a doctor, whatever. I've never really been the one to chase popularity, but of course, the job I found myself doing, it makes, I mean, it's like pari passu. If you do the job well and people get to like you, you get to have some certain level of popularity. So uh, I look cool. I would say, I guess I'm just a reserved. I don't like one person. I just love people without the whatever it is, some level of popularity, whatever. I just still like to have my reserved life, private life. I mean, I finish my work, I finish saying hello to fans outside. I'm not going to the club. I'm going to my house. I'm going to watch a movie. I'm getting a normal human being with, you know, calling my mom. Hey, mom, how you doing? Miss you. Calling my girlfriend. Hey, babe, what's up? It's been a long day. Then just what normal people do. Do everything indoors, reserved.
So, do you have any projects that you're currently working on?
Yeah, a lot of projects, definitely. That's the one I'm currently working on right now, directed by Mr. Biggie himself. Rapacity, that's the working title. But I have a feeling it's going to change before we finish shooting. So yeah, he has me, Abayomi Alvin, Uche Obodo, Bimbo Akitola, Lillian Bash, Mike. A lot of really amazing superstars. I mean, a couple of jobs too I've done earlier in the year. Some are coming out this December, some next year. I'm working on one with Coyote Peters next week. I'm playing a very sweet character, kind of character I've always wanted to play, and I can't wait. I can't wait for that one as well. And my own personal projects, like I said, Brew and Bay, a romantic comedy flick miniseries coming on YouTube and Star News. You guys can check out for that, and many more. I mean, if you want to know about, just come to my page, Abayomi on Instagram. You get first hand current news 24, yeah, as current as now.
So, thank you so
My
much.
pleasure, absolutely.